Imagine you're standing in front of a giant aquarium late at night. The lights are dim, the room is quiet, fish are still moving slowly through the water, eyes wide open, drifting without ever lying down. And then the question hits you. If fish never close their eyes, how do they actually sleep? Before we dive in, take a second to subscribe and leave a like because after this, you'll never look at a fish tank the same way again. Now, here's the surprising truth. Fish absolutely do sleep, but almost everything you think sleep looks like doesn't apply underwater. Most of us imagine sleep as something obvious. You lie down, you close your eyes, your breathing changes. You're clearly off. But that definition only works for humans and a few land animals. Underwater, things have to work differently. Fish don't have eyelids. They physically cannot close their eyes. So if you're waiting for a fish to look asleep, you'll miss it every time. And this is where most people get confused. Sleep isn't defined by closed eyes. It's defined by what's happening inside the body. When many fish enter their resting state, their metabolism slows, their movements become minimal, they hover in place or gently wedge themselves between rocks or coral. Their reaction time decreases. If something touches them, they'll respond, but more slowly than usual. That reduced responsiveness is one of the clearest biological signs of sleep across species. Here's what surprises most people. Fish follow daily rhythms, just like we do. Many species are active during the day and rest at night. Others do the opposite. It depends on their survival strategy. Some fish simply float almost motionless in open water. Others hide in crevices. Some bury themselves in sand. And certain reef fish create a thin mucus cocoon around their bodies before resting, masking their scent from predators while they sleep. That detail alone changes the image completely, because we tend to imagine fish as endlessly active, always swimming, always alert. But evolution didn't eliminate sleep from fish. It redesigned sleep to fit an environment where fully shutting down could be dangerous. And that leads to another big question. If a fish stops swimming, how does it keep breathing? This is where biology gets clever. Many fish can pump water across their gills using small muscle movements, even while staying almost completely still. Oxygen continues flowing, the body keeps functioning, the fish rests without suffocating. However, here's the twist. Some species, like certain sharks, must keep moving to force water over their gills. So how do they sleep? They don't drift motionless like other fish. Instead, they enter a state of reduced activity while still swimming slowly. It's not deep unconsciousness, it's more like controlled rest. And this reveals something much bigger. Sleep isn't about being unconscious, it's about conserving energy while maintaining survival. Now, here's where things become even more fascinating. Scientists studying fish brain activity have discovered patterns that resemble early forms of sleep seen in other animals. During rest periods, neural activity shifts, certain regions quiet down, reaction thresholds increase. This is where most people get it wrong. They assume sleep evolved later in complex animals. But the truth is, sleep in some form appears to be ancient. Even species like zebrafish show sleep-like states that can be measured and studied. When deprived of rest, they show signs of fatigue and behavioral changes. When allowed to rest again, they recover. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Because the core purpose of sleep may be universal: energy balance, neural reset, cellular repair. And then there's one more surprising layer. Some fish seem capable of partial rest, maintaining just enough awareness to detect danger. It's not the same as how dolphins use half-brain sleep, but the principle is similar. Survival systems stay alert while the body slows down. Nature found a compromise. You don't need a bed. You don't need darkness. You don't need to close your eyes. You just need a way to lower your internal demand without completely disconnecting from the world. Now, think about this. Beneath the surface of the ocean, while currents shift and predators roam, Thousands of fish are drifting in a state that looks like nothing, but biologically means everything. They're recovering, they're conserving energy, they're resetting their systems, all while looking wide awake. So the next time you see a fish hovering silently in a tank at night, don't assume it's just idle. It might be deeply asleep. And that changes how you see the underwater world, because sleep isn't a luxury, it's not a human habit, it's not optional. It's so fundamental that even creatures living in one of the most unpredictable environments on Earth still depend on it. Understanding that doesn't just teach us about fish, it reminds us that the need to slow down, to reset, to rest is built into life itself. If this changed the way you see something simple, leave a like, share this with someone who loves ocean facts, and subscribe for more explanations that make everyday mysteries feel extraordinary, because sometimes the simplest things hide the most misunderstood truths.